International law experts believe that the recent compliance of the Philippine government to the International Police Crime Organization or Interpol is just and is in accordance with our obligations with international organizations like the Interpol. According to an international law expert and San Sebastian College Dean on Graduate School of Law, Attorney Rodel Taton, the decision of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. to abide by the warrant of arrest issued by the International Criminal Court is rooted on a give-and-take rule between the Philippines and the Interpol.
So if we are unable to provide support and cooperation on this, by the next time na kailangan din nating humingi ng tulong sa kanila dahil gusto nating tugisin itong kriminalidad na ito or tao na ito, how can you expect that they will also comply? Kumbaga, give and take lang ito sa diplomasya.
The expert also said the Philippine government just did its obligation to the Interpol, and if they didn't, this may have an effect on the whole country economically and also when it comes to diplomatic relations with other nations.
So kung hindi natin ito pagbibigyan ng kooperasyon, there will be some impressions, if not impressions, real effect to our treaty performance or treaty obligations with other states. In the future, the other states will be careful in dealing with us kasi bakit pa ako makikipag-deal sa'yo hindi ka nga marunong tumupad doon sa simpleng usapan natin.
The Philippines had a long-standing relationship with the Interpol. The organization was the one who helped arrest former Negros Oriental Congressman Arnolfo Teves Jr. in Timor-Leste, who is facing multiple counts of murder, frustrated murder, and attempted murder before a court in the country. Even in the case of Alice Guo, the Interpol backed up her arrest in Malaysia to face the ongoing investigations in the Philippines. Even Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla said way back that a notice issued by the Interpol cannot be disregarded, as honoring such notice can also be seen as a matter of ensuring protection for millions of Filipinos abroad.
Tandaan natin, there are more than 10 million Filipinos going around the world right now na baka kailangan ng tulong ng Interpol. Kaya we value the Interpol over a lot of other things. Hindi naman tayo sinusuko kahit na anong bagay dito Kaya, alam mo, that's a political statement more than anything else. Ano lang yan. Yan lang yung kanyang political line na sinusunod.
But the camp of former president still appealed before the Supreme Court, or SC, in the Philippines and filed 4 different petitions asking for the release of the former chief executive. The expert said if the SC releases a temporary restraining order on the arrest, this may be deemed as moot and academic.
Can be considered as moot, pero pasensya, hindi ko kasi nabasa ang kanilang petition, pero kung titignan mo, kung dapat bang pigilan, ano pang pipigilan natin? I mean, that's the simple way to look at the mootness of that.
As of now, the SC has yet to release a TRO, but in a statement, they said majority of the justices voted not to release a TRO for the first petition filed yesterday by Duterte and Senator Bato de la Rosa, as these lacks enough cause. But they are asking the respondents of the petition, namely Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin and others, to submit a comment within 10 days. As of now, Duterte's camp has yet to comment on the recent statement of the High Court. Luisa Erispe from the National TV for a new and better Philippines.